Now, when Jane Tomlinson was diagnosed with terminal cancer, she decided to use the time she had left for something positive.
So with a big dose of grit from her native Yorkshire, she ran, cycled and even completed a full Ironman triathlon to raise money for children's and cancer charities.
And now, in tribute to Jane's memory, her husband and daughter, Rebecca, plan to complete a gruelling challenge of their own. And good morning.
Morning.
And they've enlisted the help of someone who knows quite a bit about challenges. That's the 4 times Ironman winner, Chrissy Wellington. Very good morning to you all.
Of you.
First of all, for you guys, tell us about the challenge you're going to do. What is it you're going to do? 2 marathons and a big bit of a cycle in between.
Yeah, Paris Marathon this Sunday. 600 miles of cycling between London and Paris via Hull. Because that's what you do, isn't it? You go to London from Paris via Hull.
You needed a few more miles, did you?
You see, London to Paris is not particularly far. It's a couple of days cycling, really. And then from doing London Marathon week on Sunday to finish it.
Rebecca, I'm looking at your face with interest. Are you familiar with doing these kind of challenges? What have you done previously?
I've done London a few times and I've done Paris once. And I did a bike ride Istanbul to Leeds about 2 years ago. But I've never done a bike ride and 2 marathons at the same time. So that's the thing that I'm worried about, especially in 8 days as well. So.
You're already, you're there already. And you've got Chrissy to help you out as well, which is fantastic. How come you became involved, Chrissy?
I was really honoured in 2009 when Mike asked me to be a patron of Jane's Appeal. Obviously, I knew all about Jane and her amazing achievements, and have since been a patron of the Appeal and have done what I can to support them and help them raise awareness and raise money for this amazing organisation. So when they asked me to take part in the challenge, I leapt at the chance.
And tell us, I mean, for a lot of people, remember Jane so well because there was something particular about her story and her attitude to her illness and just going out there and doing stuff. People remember these images. She was just unstoppable, wasn't she?
I think the thing about Jane is she never ran or did anything until she was diagnosed as being terminally ill. And so it's just a normal housewife who suddenly went, I might be dying, but I'm not going to give up. And I'm going to run a marathon, which is just a preposterous idea. And then to do it, and then to go on to do the long bike rides, and then the Ironman, she became almost superhuman. But when you take it back, she was just a housewife who was dying, who never did any athletics at all. And the transformation was astonishing. And I think she just inspires people. She inspires us. There's no way Rebecca and I would be doing this if it wasn't for Jane. And she still goes.
So she still goes on inspiring you.
Absolutely.
Rebecca, as well.
And I mean, the great thing is that we raised, while Jane was alive, we raised about 1.8 million, and we're up over 4 now. And it just goes on. And if we can still inspire people to take up sport, and take up challenges, and get involved, and put something back into life and enrich their own life, then I feel we should carry on doing it.
Are you worried about your dad? Is he going to be okay?
I haven't even thought about my dad. I'm thinking about me.
Becca's quite selfish. We should establish that right at this moment.
You see, Chrissy, you can help us here because you have to have a certain mindset, don't you? I mean, you've done the most extraordinary feats of endurance or whatever. You just got to be very clear.
That's why I have no doubt that that they'll complete the challenge. I mean, they might not be the most physically prepared people in the world, but
what is she saying about us, Becca? What are you saying?
The mental strength that they need to get through, and really that's what it's all about when you're tackling challenges like this. Yes, you do need an essence of physical strength, but you do need the mental capabilities as well to push through when it gets tough.
I couldn't help noticing, I don't know if you noticed, Charlie, when Chrissy walked in, you had only one shoe on, because in fact you've injured yourself. I can't believe this.
I have. My nickname's Muppet, and I've lived up to that name. I actually slipped off a rock and I've broken my toe, so I was intending to run Paris and run London marathons, and unfortunately I won't be able to run. I'm finding it difficult to walk properly at the moment, but I'll be
you're going to do the cycling,
I will, hell or high water, complete that 1,000-kilometre cycle, even if it's with one leg.
And so, I mean, presumably, you must still be hugely proud, Rebecca, of your mum and, you know, what she achieved. And the way she got people just talking and thinking about what you can do even when you are very ill.
Yeah, I think we definitely wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for Mum. So, and I think if there's a tough time, or if you can't be bothered to do the training, you definitely just think about, you know, what her training involved and what she had to fit in, because she had to fit in a chemotherapy at the same time. So there's a bit of understanding, you know, like it's not that hard. And you can do it if you really put your mind to it.
I won't hold you to this, but have you got a time that you're planning? You know, how are you working it? Have you got targets?
Well, the whole essence of this is it's 10 years since Jane did the marathon. That's the point of doing it. So the aim for me was to try and get to beat Jane's time in each of the marathons.
Which is what?
4:52.
But
it sounded
a good time,
that sounded a great idea in January. It doesn't sound that great an idea.
Have you got a time you're aiming for, Becky?
Faster than me. That's what she said.
Will you run? So you won't run together?
No, we'd fall out.
No, I was looking for 3:30, but I definitely won't be doing that.
Oh my gosh!
No, I'm looking for 5 hours now.
Well, look, we wish you all the best.
Yes, good luck. I hope your toe gets better soon as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much indeed. And we should tell you as well, Chrissy's autobiography, Life Without Limits, is out right now.